All right, welcome back to the channel, man. Good morning. Let's talk this boxing, man. What's going on, man? Well, man, I'm still laughing at Anthony Joshua from yesterday, man. That was absolutely hilarious, man. Anyway, man, I hope everybody's having a good morning this morning. Let's chop it up about this boxing. You know how to, the routine. We're gonna talk about what's on the topic. And then after that, if you guys want to ask any questions, we can roll with whatever questions you guys have. If you want to get your questions answered for sure, put your question in the super chat because that's the way that I for sure will get we'll get your question, man. And the support is most definitely appreciated. James Anthony in the building said, "Good morning, man. Good morning to you, sir. Like that tie. My man Walter Wright said, "Good morning, King Fannon. First one here, waiting for boxing church service to start, man." Yeah, let's talk about it, man. I'm upset this morning, man. Claressa Shields lost in MMA. That's not cool, man. Well, it is whatever. She got like $1 million. That's what they said. I didn't get to see the fight, so hopefully she didn't take like any bad beating or anything like that that'll affect her boxing or whatever. I heard it was a split decision, so it's not like she got choked out or got, something like that happened to her or she got knocked out. But still, man, rooting for Claressa Shields in all of her endeavors. Chillville said, "Good morning, Noob. AJ career over. Ruiz took his heart. AJ mentally weak. Shields will be okay. This L will make her better." Oh, absolutely. She'll be, absolutely. She'll be good. Because that's like, that's like in the lower rung of the of whatever that is. It's not the UFC. It's something below, something other than that. So got to keep going, man. She just picking up that sport. So if she take a couple L's, learn from it, and come back, she didn't got to go undefeated, and she doesn't got to go undefeated in that. She's like the Bo Jackson, the female Bo Jackson of combat sports, man. We said, "Wait, got you by 2 minutes. I hit the like button early." That's what's up, James. AJ Rice said AJ needs to stop with that type of talk. He knows nothing about American gangster lifestyle. Well, look, man, here's the thing, man. He wasn't being serious. I looked at that. I mean, I watched the entire interview from beginning to end, which I don't usually do with AJ because I've been so sick of listening to him talk for so long. But I can guarantee, I tell you, dude, he wasn't serious. It looked like he was serious because he's such a weird, because he came across so weird, because he had a normal speaking voice and all of that, and all of a sudden he went into this, what's up, all of that, Nicky Barnes, all of that stuff. I was like, hold on, man, is this dude serious? And at the very end of it, after he was done, he straightened his face up and started laughing. I mean, the dude was joking for the most. I mean, on the real, he was joking. He wasn't being serious. He's playing a role. He just looked real corny when he's playing that role. Man, CVP Jr. in the building, man. Man, much love in that super. Thank you for the support, man. Absolutely, positively, my brother. Thank you so much for the support. Make sure you put a question in that super chat, though. And again, if anybody wants to ask questions for sure, that'll get answered, troll or otherwise, make sure you put them in the super chat so that way for sure you don't get missed. Chick Sorella, so yo, Fannon, top of the morning. Yes, sir. Top of the morning, man. Top of the morning. Hey, do I see you over there on Twitter? Are you the same guy? Because I think it's close to the same spelling over there on Twitter. Julius Maccabi said he was talking about Big Meech. Yeah, man. On the real though, you know what I'm saying? While we talking about it, whole lot of people talk about a lot of gangster stuff, and they ain't. Come on, man. They need to stop, man. Giovanni Walker says, "Salute, brother. From now, always enjoy your quick-minded boxing analysis because the trolls be at you during your morning coffee." You know how it is, man. Much love in that super chat. EK Experience said, "Love you, Fannon." Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. Absolutely, I appreciate that, man. Much love back to you. AJ is Be Easy said AJ, and thank you guys so much for your support, man. Be Easy said AJ is soft as cotton, trying to get another payday. Wilder will KO him if he gets the heart to get in the ring with him. Yeah, seriously though, man, let's talk about this, man, and try to be fair to Anthony Joshua. Okay, it would be really, really easy, really, Really, yeah, exactly. Like Ron Miller said, AJ trying to get noticed for his acting chops. Man, let me tell you, man, that dude was not serious about nothing he said. He wasn't. He was not. He jumped into this kind of like funk, like this serial killer look and started like playing the role of a serial killer or something. He was not serious about that because at the end of it, he started laughing. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take. First of all, I ain't Nicky Barnes. I ain't no gangster. So and neither are 99% of people. So, you know, it's just stupidity, man. He's just being stupid, man. He's just being stupid. Did a bad job at it. Looked like a cornball doing it. My thing with Anthony Joshua yesterday was all of that stuff that he was talking about with Deontay Wilder. That was like, man, will you come on, man? Will you come on? It's 2020. It's 2021 now. It's not 2018 no more. All right? Ain't nobody buying that line, man. Nana Yan said, good afternoon from London. Just listening to your broadcast while organizing my financing, paying all these bills and taxes. Hey, man. Hey, I'm glad you got the money to pay all them bills and taxes, man. That's a good thing. That's why you got it's good. Hey, you know, they're always going to be there. I paid off. Hey, Ron said, Fannon, I appreciate you not playing to a crowd. Yeah, I'm not going to play to the crowd. I mean, you know, it's what it was. Man was kidding. I mean, he was joking. You know what I'm saying? He was joking. Straight up joking. Now, I'm going to tell you, though, if people look at that, and they don't actually like look at if they don't look at the first part of the interview and they don't look after the interview, like they don't hear what he's saying before and after, they'll think he's being serious, man. They'll take that dead serious. And on the real, not serious. That dude was not serious at all, dog. I'm like, exactly. Chick said, English humor is very dry and often misunderstood by us Americans. Yeah, man. It was very obvious. I mean, it wasn't obvious that he was playing. Let me not say it was very obvious that he's playing. It was definitely not obvious that he was playing. But if you look at it, like right after the end, he starts to laugh. And he's like, like, man, yeah, okay, man. And honestly, man, it's nothing offensive about it. You know what I mean? And that dude is a fighter now. I ain't gonna push too hard on boxers. Man, AJ ain't soft, man. Look, man. AJ said, look, Mr. M Pride says AJ is soft. AJ is what you call comparatively soft. He ain't soft, okay? He ain't soft. If he was soft, he would have never been a heavyweight champion. I don't think he's soft. I think he's weird. That's what I think. And I think that he's a scatterbrain. He's weird. He's a little weird or, you know, unconventional thinking. You know what I mean? He's also very, kind of goofball, but soft. I ain't soft. T.O. said, give me 3 reasons why boxing is better than the MMA UFC. Oh, no worries, man. Thank you. Much love in the super chat. Number one, I don't have to see half-naked men gyrating on each other. I don't like to see men humping over on each other on the ground, rolling around on the ground. That's number 1. Number 2, the matches are longer. Number 2, the matches are longer. And number 3, it's got a longer history. And I think it's a more refined sport. I think it's a more refined, more natural sport. You know what I mean? That's what I think. But if you don't like that, if you find some reason to like MMA, I don't have a problem with that. But I will tell you why I think women's MMA is better than women's boxing by and large. For the same reason. For the exact same reasons is why women's MMA is probably better than women's boxing. But honestly, no, women's boxing is getting better. Women's boxing is getting better, man. Treyboy89 said, I don't take AJ seriously anymore. Look, man, AJ is he's a goofball. You know, he's a goofball. And he believes a lot of the smoke that people are getting, are blown up. You know what I mean? He said, oh, he who greased the fire said the athletes are better. Can't cop out with wrestling. Boxing talent pool is deeper. Yeah, and the careers of the fighters are longer. Those guys come and go. Them, you know what I mean? Those guys come and go. David said, long, rich history, no men rolling on the ground. Boxing matches are longer. Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like about boxing matches. Now, I'm trying to tell you, man, the MMA is growing on me. I don't watch it. But it's growing on me. I mean, I can appreciate the sport more than I did before, primarily because of how disgusting Jake Paul is. I will take if boxing goes the way of Jake Paul, I will be watching MMA. I would rather watch MMA any day over Logan Paul versus Mike Tyson, Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather, all of that stuff with them Logan brothers. I'm trying to tell you, I will take MMA all day because at least it's real. You know what I mean? That's WWE. And that's kind of, I'm sick of that, man. You know what I mean? Walter Wright said, you better preach for now. Yeah, man. He said, boxing is just better. I mean, honestly, man, it is. And for me personally, I understand it better. And so that's also another reason, because I understand boxing. I don't understand MMA as much. And MMA is more like street fighting. Like that's really is street fighting, and it's brutal. Like boxing's not as brutal is the UFC. The way the UFC lets somebody sit on the top of you and just keep cracking you in the head over and over again, like just pin your head, cack. They stop a fight in boxing for that. If a guy took like 10 straight shots to the head, they gonna stop that. In the UFC, man, they just bow, don't even care, man. Boogie 9 in the building said, Plant is about to shock the world on November 6th. Hey, man, you know it. I don't know. I don't think so. However, I hope so. No, I don't. I'm mixed. I'll take whatever happens in that fight, man. I'll be good with whatever, man. If Plant wins, cool. If Canelo wins, cool. I'm all right with either one. I just want to see a good fight, and I want to see Caleb Plant put up a good fight. And because all y'all keep acting like Canelo was God, dog, stop it. Okay? Canelo all of a sudden just turned into God. Like as soon as he proved like he's, as soon as Lomachenko, matter of fact, that's what it is. As soon as Lomachenko lost, Canelo Alvarez turned into God again. And he's not, man. I mean, he's a very, very solid fighter, dog. He said facts. My man Richard Hill said facts, Nuke. Good morning. That's a good morning to you, Nuke. He said that's a street fight. Yeah, man, it's a street fight. That's what it looks like to me. And I got bad memories of MMA type fights. Those seem like the type of fights I was in as a kid. That type of stuff. You know what I mean? Trying to scramble to keep a kid from choking you. That type of mess. That's a real street fight right there. My man Trey Boy 89 says, I'm saying Plant looks in phenomenal shape. He's not Billy Joe Saunders. He's taking this fight seriously. Yeah, Billy Joe Saunders is Billy Joe Saunders, man. Billy Joe Saunders got hyped up off one fight, off David Lemieux. He beat David Lemieux, and he's part of that UK, all the UK hype. That's a hype job right there. Was Billy Joe Saunders? Because if he was a man, dog, he wouldn't have been running from Marcellus Wallace like that. That's me. Like, how are you gonna be running away from Marcellus? How you gonna throw chicken at Deontay Wilder in your own hometown and run from his brother, who ain't a world, is not a top-notch box heavyweight, is not a championship level fighter. But Billy Joe Saunders is a jerk, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he's a jerk. He quit in that fight. He didn't try in that fight, man. That dude didn't lay it on the line like that. He did not lay it on the line, try to go get Canelo, dude. That dude looked for the first opportunity he could to keep himself from getting embarrassed and beat up and claim the broken hand. Oh, my hand. My hand. I got to get done before this guy starts stepping up and mopping me. You know what I mean? David said, boxing is the most difficult sport. They did a list on it. Man, look, man, it ain't easy. I'll tell you what. You know what I mean? Exactly. That's me. It's a UK circle jerk. That's the heavyweight division, though, man. Hey, man, Wayne Love. Wayne Love Peacock said, "May Canelo bless you and your family." Thank you, man. Hey, man, look, dude, I'm a Canelo fan, man. I'm a Canelo fan. Telling you, I like the guy, man. I ain't gonna call him a kid. I like Canelo, man. I wish so desperately that he had not tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. I wish he hadn't. If he hadn't, I'd be 100 miles an hour team Canelo. 100 miles an hour team Canelo, man. And sometimes I think about just saying screw it and just going 100 miles an hour team Canelo. You know what I mean? Because I miss my Canelo friends, man. I miss when I used to be before he popped dirty. And I used to be able to talk about, positively about Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? Got a proxy said Clarissa's 1-1. Yeah, she is. Matthew Business said Canelo is a flat-footed cheat. That he is. Can't lie about it. Oh, real life living said Billy Joe got his face broke before he quit. Oh, did he? I missed that part, man. Renee Raber said, AJ is not from the hood. Trust me. Look, let me tell you something, dog. There's a bunch of people from the hood that ain't gangsters, okay? However, the guy was joking. I mean, I'm not going to shit on the dude for joking. You know what I mean? He wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't doing nothing different than a lot of rappers do, telling false stories about what, I mean, not all these rappers are telling the truth. Them dudes in Chicago telling the truth. I think they really run around trying to kill people. However, a lot of these dudes, a lot of those rappers, at least when they were my age, weren't telling the truth about what they were saying. He wasn't telling the truth, man. That dude was just talking, literally, man, seriously. To be fair to Anthony Joshua, and I'm not going to be unfair to the man, listen to what he said, listen and watch what he does after it's over. You know what I'm saying? Look what he does after he gets, because he's looking he's looking at the camera like this. And I'm like, man, what is this dude doing? Because he started talking funny. And he started staring right at the camera. Man, the dude was joking, man. You know what I mean? He wasn't serious about that, man. He wasn't serious about it. He's just like anybody else, any other foreign dude that's, talking about American. I don't even call that American culture. Seriously. I mean, I got a whole thing with that, man. Like, dog, that's how many people really are Nicky Barnes? You know what I'm saying? How many people really are doing stuff like that, Some, I'm sure, but it's all kind of overly glorified, man. You know what I mean? And we glorify that, and man, that ain't nothing to glorify. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's nothing to glorify. And we glorify it. He's glorifying it. I don't understand why we glorifying something we shouldn't be glorifying, and then get on him for glorifying the same stuff that we shouldn't be glorifying. You know what I mean? Which is, stuff that results in the death of a lot of black people. You know what I mean? And the misery of more. You got a couple famous guys, big minks, big cars, big houses, you know what I mean? All that good stuff, man. But at the end of the day, man, it results in more deaths and misery for black folk than anything else. So, I don't want to get on my high hog. And I rarely do not get on my soapbox. I get on the soapbox about stuff like that, often. But it's not something to be glorified by us. You know what I'm saying? And what he was doing was he was glorifying it, but he was joking about it. I got plenty of stuff that I can talk bad about AJ for, though. Plenty. Elisante said AJ can't fight, period, man. AJ can fight, man. Let me say, AJ, what's going on Southern T Boxing and Sports in that super chat? Thank you, man. Exact. Got a proxy said, the biggest gangsters in the world own private schools. Exactly. Those are the gangsters. Those are the gangsters. He said, Dr. Fate, who cares about gangsters? Black Panthers are the real deal. After that, it went to shit. Yeah, pretty much, man. It's like, I'm not going to defend that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to defend that, dog. You know what I mean? He said, what's good? A damn mess. What you talking? Oh, a damn mess. A damn mess. Oh, the name of damn mess. You know what I mean? He said, my nigga T, wait up. Okay, that's y'all having a good time in there, man. Said, Windy City Assassin said, I don't believe it was meant to glorify, but to express everyday life in the ghetto. I mean, look, man, What was not? It depends on how it comes across, man. You know what I mean? Like, it depends on how you come across, man. If you really flashing, if you what, let me tell you the way that I see it, and it's just what it is. If you are walking out in minks, and you walking out with $100,000 in cash and a bunch of pretty women, and you drinking and you laughing and all that stuff, and you doing all that, that's glorifying. Because there's absolutely nothing that you're doing there that other people wouldn't want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's glorifying. Now, is it real for certain people? Yeah, I'm sure it's very real for certain people. But when other people look at it, it's glorifying it because you're looking at the glory around it and not looking at, well, what's this dude doing when he's 60? What does he look like in a prison cell for 50 years? What does he look like with his head blown out on this side? You know what I'm saying? They say that's some of our normal life. Yeah, man, I can appreciate that, man. If that's your normal life. But anyway, like I said, man, I ain't here to, I'm just saying that is actually showing you the good side of it. But it's also the side of people's lives to get their head blown out. You know what I'm saying? Guys shown up, bodies chopped into pieces. That's part of it too. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, that's not my life. And all I'm telling you is from what I saw with Anthony Joshua, I don't think he was being serious about that. I don't think he was being serious about it. I think he was playing. But as far as being rich and famous, he probably was, man. Ask a Jacob Fields. The best way to switch things on to boxing is super chat a question. And then I'll change and I'll ask that question. So Jacob, just ask a question. My man, Southern T Boxer said, nah, you right though. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, Southern T said, I think AJ was trolling. Yeah, man, AJ was definitely trolling. He wasn't serious about that, man. He wasn't. He was laughing after it. He wasn't serious. Kind of like yesterday. Let's get it back on boxing. He said, yeah, life didn't end well for Sonny Liston. No, it didn't. Man, I got a cousin that shit did not end well for. He was killing it in the 70s. Killing it in the 70s, dog. 57 Chevys, all kind of minks, all kind of good stuff, man. He's a pretty boy, too. But anyway, he's just trying to sell it kind of like I was trying to mess with y'all about Devin Haney yesterday, man. I was trying hard. To troll y'all and get you guys all upset about about Devin Haney, man. I should start doing it again, man. I know y'all, man, that dude I'm gonna tell you, Devin Haney did a great job of promoting himself, man, and developing a fan base. He really has, man. Shakur Stevenson can learn something to that, man. Can learn something for that, man. Claressa Shields, James Anthony Vaughn said Claressa needs a ground game or her career is over in the MMA. Yeah, well, she's got to have 2 fights. She's got to work on it. She said she wasn't comfortable on the ground. She's got to learn how to wrestle. She's got to learn how to do all that. She'll be all right, man. Let her get that $1 million. If it's true that she got that $1 million payday, she got that $1 million. Oh, you say you bet against Shields? Hey, man. She sounded like she wasn't that confident going into that fight, man. What's going on, Tori Simmons? How you feeling, man? Ray Patterson, good morning, Mr. Martin. Ready for you to talk this boxing nonsense? Yeah, absolutely. We here, man. Yes, FSU OKC WG3 said, did you see the WBC new rankings has Virgil number 1? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And guess what? They just had, it don't mean too much of nothing. Because they just had the WBC, because Errol Spence's last fight was his WBC mandatory. So that don't mean that he's going to get a shot no time soon. However, I'm happy to see it. But I'm wondering why he was number 1 by the WBO. He's number 1. He was number 1 with the WBO. And now he's number 1 by the WBC. Why is he ranked so much higher than Jaron Ennis? I don't see that. I don't like that. Jaron Ennis to me is clearly the better fighter, man. And they got that man ranked that high, man. I don't like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Walter Wright said, you must be drinking some strong coffee, King Fannon. What you talking about, man? Hey, I got two. Hey, no joke. I got 2 cups of coffee, man. That gets my mood good because I'm kind of depressed in the morning, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's like medicine to me. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, woe is me. Woe is me. I need to make money. You know what I mean? I'm not the president. You know, I be thinking all kind of stupid stuff in the bed about I wanted to be president of the United States. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, man. That now, not actually that, but you know, yeah, man. I be getting on the coffee, man. I like my coffee. You know what I mean? But why you say I must be drinking some heavy coffee, man? I'll be interested in seeing why you say that. Hold on. Boots, my Michael Kirkland, man. Shout out to Michael Kirkland who be holding down that channel, holding down the super chats, man. Said Boots Ennis will beat every 140 today except Spence. Boots trying to hurt you, man. It is a Boots weekend this weekend, and I need him to come through heavy time versus Thomas Delorme. I don't care what y'all say. I'm telling you what I say. If he gets Thomas Delorme out of there, legitimately gets him out of there, that's a one-sided fight. He's ready to go. If it's a battle in any way, then maybe he's not ready to go. It goes both ways on this fight. However, after if he beats Sergey Lipinets like that, he beats Sergey Lipinets, and he turns around and beats Thomas Delorme the way he should probably be beating Thomas Delorme, I think that dude is ready. And people are going to say, why? He lost his last fight. Yes, he did lose his last fight. He lost his last fight to Staniosis, who went the distance. Staniosis, matter of fact, let me see something. Let me see. Jerron Ennis box rec. I got that right at the top of my stuff right there. And then I'm going to go to Thomas Delorme. Now, here's what I'm saying. Staniosis, right? Staniosis is now the mandatory challenger for, let me share my screen. Let me detach that. Close that. Close that. All right, and I'm going to share my screen. Now watch this. Because y'all asked me this question, and it was a fair question in my video that I did, about Jerron, the last Jerron Ennis video. Now I want you to notice something. You see how that says Jerron Ennis, right? This is for Thomas Delorme, right? Thomas Delorme. It says Jerron Ennis. This is the fight he has. And now people are saying that I'm wrong and this does not mean this should push him into contention because he's coming off of 2 losses, right? Here's the thing though. You see Staniosis beat him coming off of a loss, and then he became the mandatory for Yordenis Ugas off of beating Thomas Delorme. And before that, Thomas Delorme went the distance with the WBA regular champion, Jamal James. Okay? So, what I'm saying is, I think y'all might have saw my South Park I was watching. So, what I'm saying is, if what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If Staniosis can become the #1 challenger for the WBA by beating him, why shouldn't Jerron Ennis get credit for knocking him out? Now, I'm not saying just beat him. I'm saying knock him out. Put him out of his misery. You know what I mean? Walter Wright said, got you. Yeah, man. I be on that coffee, man. I need my coffee, man. Oh, it says your facial expressions after you take a swig. Okay. Hey, man. Because that's that's me being a smart behind, man. I'm trying not to cuss as much. Let me move on down here a little bit, man. Down this comment section. He said about the coffee because you keep bouncing and rocking in your seat. Rewatch your streams and you will rock yourself. I know I rock. I do my legs like this. You want me to do this? Hey, Max Schmeling, you're a troll, okay? I don't want to do this. I rock back and forth. I swing my legs back and forth. Is there something wrong with that, man? Is there something wrong with that? I mean, if you don't want to look, don't watch, man. Yes, I move my feet back and forth. Yes, absolutely I do. It's my knees specifically doing this. I don't understand why you have an issue with it, though. I really, really don't. They're my legs. They're not bothering you. Anyway, you're a bit of a troll, man. All right? You're a bit of a troll, okay? Hey, I didn't say all that. I know you didn't. That's him, because that dude's a troll. That dude's he's saying because you rocking back and forth. What difference does it make, dog? What difference if I do this? If I did this, what difference would it make, man? Does that make you feel better? I'm not doing that. Anyway, whatever, dog. Hey, Mr. Boxing. Hey, bro, let's talk boxing. Forget the trolls. Hey, it's hard, man. Sometimes you got to jump out of there, man. He said, nothing wrong with rocking facts, Nuke. That's your body. Yeah, it helps you keep focused, actually. Yeah, dude, but I'm hyperactive. I know that. And I'm hyperactive, if that's what you really want to know. I always do that. Anyway, though. Yeah, man, come on. We got 316 people in here, man. Hit the like, man. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. So anyway, man, so ask a boxing question, man. Walter Wright said, do you, King? I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much, man. Mr. M Pride, how can Plant win against Carmelo? You mean Canelo? How can he beat Canelo? He's gonna have to go and he's gonna have to do what. I'm following what Andre Ward has to say about it. I think that he needs to go and he needs to hurt. He needs to try to hurt Canelo. He needs to sit in the pocket with Canelo for periods of time and let Canelo know that he's in a fight. I don't think he can just run around and because it's going to be very, very hard to pot shot Canelo Alvarez. However, Caleb Plant got very, very fast hands, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's hard for me to envision it. It's really hard for me to envision it until I go back and I watch the fight with Erislandy Lara. That's me, said Fannon. What do you think about Xander Zayas? I think he's very good, man. I like him, but I got to see more. You know what I mean? He's kind of young. He's young. He's up and coming. I think he looks like he's a more well-rounded fighter than like Berlanga, right? Very solid fighter, man. Look like he's got a lot of tools. Got a lot of energy. I like him, man. I like him a lot. I look forward to seeing more. I look forward to seeing more out of him, though. It's a little bit early, man. Those guys are getting a lot of publicity. They're getting a lot of publicity early in his career because he's with Top Rank. But he could. Hopefully, it doesn't pan out. Wind up being in a situation like Mick Conlon was. Man, they were pumping up Mick Conlon too. All of a sudden, even though Mick Conlon ain't lost, they were like, just shelved Mick Conlon. Something must have happened to him, man, in a sparring session or something. Giovanni Walker in the building said Boots knocks out Delorme 9th round TKO because just stop it before he knocks him out. You got a TKO? Man, I hope he get a flush one. I hope he gets a flush one. But I'm telling you, that's more than Stenosis did. Stenosis beat that kid with a unanimous decision. And Stenosis is a good fighter. And Stenosis is a good fighter, man. Tori Simmons said Joshua's going gangster, man. He just keep cracking a bad joke, man. That's all that is, man. No fake outrage, man. Not today. What's today? Thursday? No fake outrage on Thursdays, okay? Like, this is no fake outrage Thursday. I'm not doing the fake outrage on Thursday. I'll listen to what the man said. I know it's fun to pick on him, but on the real, only thing that Anthony Joshua's ever done that has really bothered me is the way he talks about Deontay Wilder. And even him saying, Deontay Wilder, he would have knocked out, everybody that Deontay Wilder fought, and how Deontay Wilder learned you got to fight top level fighters. Well, dude, if you fought top level fighters, right? Right, Anthony? Then if you fought top level fighters, why'd you get beat by a guy that's not a top level fighter? And why'd you get beat by a cruiserweight? All that yapping you're talking about. You know what I mean? Fannon, Stanosis versus Conor Ben. Stanosis. Conor Ben, I ain't big, man. Rihanna versus Beyonce, I don't care, man. Rihanna versus Beyonce, probably Rihanna because Rihanna's crazier. Rihanna got a little more crazy in her. She seemed like she may be a little bit more off the rocker than Beyonce is. 50 Band said, how long does the boots fight last, Fannon? I'm not sure. Thomas Delorme goes the distance with cats, man. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's going to try to get him in there like 5 or 6, something like that. You know what I mean? It just depends on when the punishment starts. If Thomas Delorme can make Jaron Ennis wait, can make him think, it may take a little bit longer. If he can't make him think, boom, he's going to get him a little bit earlier. But anyway it goes, man, he's going to get a shellacking, dog. 50 Band said, I got some good trees for them shakes, King. Man, them King. Hey, man, it's the coffee, man. It's the coffee. I ain't got the shakes, man. See? That's not the shakes, homie. Those are my legs, man. And I don't want to relax, dog. Weed and me do not get along. I would never touch weed again. Ever again in life will I ever touch weed again. Or anything CBD-ish or anything like it, dog. No. Quincy Carter said, thoughts on Broner? That his career is a wrap, and I wish he would do what I wish he would do is get some easy fights. Win some easy fights, build his name up because he knocked out some guys that are easy guys to knock out, get some highlight reels, and move on. Because it's not going to happen, man. These young boys are coming. It's just, no, man. It's not going to happen, dude. It's not, okay, let me say. He say, save it for me, then yeah, y'all can have all of that, man. Y'all can take that. Man, for him say, I'm high right now. Nah, man, no more, man, hell no, dog. That shit had something to do with me being off a month. Man, that shit does not work well with my dome piece, man. You will never again. And I'd already learned that doesn't go with my constitution, dog. I'm already a tweaky type of dude. That shit makes me paranoid. It makes me paranoid, and over time, it gives me crazy thoughts. And never again, dog. I'm done. I'm done. I am done trying to be the cool kid, dog. You should try my FS. If it got FS CBD, if it got anything to do with that, dog, no. This ain't that 70s. Well, hell yeah, dog. No. Not the kid. No. I've learned my lesson, dog. I've learned my lesson twice. So, you know what I'm saying? Jose Rodriguez, how somebody get a wrench? How do you get a wrench? You get a wrench by asking, man. That's it. Let me get back here, man. That's it. Hold on one second, man. Let me get to it, man. I take my time, man, because I'm loving these live streams. I might not even do videos today. Hold on one second. Let me get in here. Where you at? He said it's anger management for you. Oh, yeah. It's not that for. Where'd it go? Here you go. Jose Rodriguez in the building, man. You now wrenched up, Jose. Gotcha, Jose. Leah Potts said, how do you donate to the channel? You can either go to the Cash App. See this Cash App right here in the screen? Cash App there, or you can do a super chat, and there's a little $sign, and you got to put your debit card or your credit card in the in YouTube, and you can do it like that, man. Outside the box media, is Broner a Hall of Famer to you? No. He said that must have been, yes, it was. It was very, very fire, dog. Very, very fire. Very, 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 very fire. And so, therefore, no. Never again. It doesn't matter, man. Outside media boxing, can I get a wrench? Not yet. Man, I see Jose Rodriguez every day. Jose Rodriguez here every day. Anyway. Do CB, I don't know, man. Let's not talk about that stuff, man. I don't want to talk about that stuff. Anyway. But no, bro, I don't think Broner's a Hall of Famer. If anything, yeah, James Anthony Vaughn said, Broner, if anything, is a gatekeeper. I'll tell you what he can do. I'll tell you what he can do. He can go over there to UK and beat up some Euro bums over there in UK. That's where he needs to be, beating up some Euro bums. Give him some Euro bums, man, and let him run through some Euro bums and look good for a little while, man. Like they keep putting him in difficult fights, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, give the man something. Give him AB is retired. He ain't said he's Briar. He ain't said he is. He didn't say he is. He was going back to training like 3 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Seattle Rick said, don't come to Seattle. Step off the plane. High as hell. Much love to you and the chat. What's going on? Slick Rick the ruler in the building, man. What's going on, man? Broker. You said, who's Broker Strong? Oh, Broner? Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I like Broner. But if you ask me, he's a Hall of Famer. No, he's not a Hall of Famer. And he's not a top-level fighter, man. He's not going to get... Dude, these young boys are coming, man. These young boys are coming. So who is he going to fit in? He's already can't beat the top-level guys that are his own age. Him going in and fighting guys like Staniosis, fighting Virgil Ortiz, Jerron Ennis... You know what I mean? Those guys, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it. Miles Sadiq said, morning Fannon. Shields is still a champ in my eyes. MMA don't care about the man. Exactly. Who cares? I saw the comment. She's been humbled. Why would she be humbled, dog? She just picked up the sport. She just picked up the sport, man. Why would she be humbled? I'm sure she's lost in her life before. Okay, there's no reason for her to be humbled. It's MMA. So what? She got $1 million. Why would she be humbled? I don't think she was ever overly cocky in MMA. I listened to what she was saying coming in. She was like, "Look, this is a good girl. I'm getting better. I'm getting more comfortable. I wasn't comfortable last fight. I feel more comfortable this fight." But she wasn't acting like, she wasn't acting or thinking that she was the best MMA fighter in the world. You know what I mean? If she was like that, she would have fell and tried to go straight to, what's that girl's name? The girl in, The Real Killer, Amanda Nunes. She would have tried to fight Amanda Nunes or somebody like that. Or she'd be running around talking smack to Holly Holmes, and no, she's training with those people, man. She knows she knows she's not there in that sport. Yeah, that's nothing. There ain't nothing wrong with her losing in MMA. I mean, she's a boxer, man, and she's going in there to get a payday. She went there to get a payday, and good for her. You see, Amanda Serrato's doing the same thing, getting ready to go fight in the MMA because they can't make them because they're not making as much money as they want to make fight boxing. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. But you don't know what you don't see, though. You don't see these. I would love to see these MMA fighters come over and box for real box. I'm not talking about box Jake Paul. Come on over there and box her and see what happens, dog. You're going to get mopped. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get mopped because that's their sport. She has a sport. She has a sport. He has a sport. They have a sport. It's just what it is. Yeah. She trains with Cyborg and she trains with Holly Holmes. I read the articles. You know what I mean? Al Gonan said Shields is the greatest female combat fighter ever. Unified 3-weight divisions, undisputed in two gold medals. Who else on that level? I don't know, man. Maybe, honestly, man, maybe Amanda Nunes. Maybe Amanda Nunes. I don't know what Amanda Nunes will do in boxing. I don't know what she'll do in boxing. But Amanda Nunes should not, when you talk about the greatest combat fighter, you shouldn't discount her, man. And I'm not an MMA fan, but dog, she mopped up. She mopped up all of the top women that I knew of anyway. Maybe there's somebody out there that she didn't fight. But when she ran through Holly Holmes, when she ran through Ronda Rousey, Holly Holmes, and Chris Cyborg, you know what I mean? That's something. And I know that Valentina girl's out there, but like I said, I don't know MMA like that. I really do not know MMA like that. But I know that chick can fight. And didn't she beat Valentina? Thought she beat her too. But whatever, man. I like Amanda Nunes. You know what I'm saying? Wayne Love Peacock said, facts, Amanda is the GOAT of MMA, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna give her. I'm gonna give her a credit, and on top of it, in women's boxing, she's got to pass. I think she's still got to pass up. Ann Wolf. I think she got to pass up at Ann Wolf, but different people see different things. You know what I'm saying? Flit, yeah, said, Phil said, did you talk about AJ-ish that they already, that was so cringe? Yeah, man, that was very cringe-worthy. I was looking at him like, what? Hey, got a proxy said Nunes would beat up most men, so would Claressa Shields. So would Claressa Shields. A lot of them, dog. Because if she sneaks you with a hook, you getting hurt, dog. And trust me, I've seen women hit men very, very hard, dog. I bet you, man. Exactly. Ann Wolf, not Layla. Layla, a hype job, man. Layla Ali was more of a hype job, dog. No, Layla Ali, I like Layla Ali, but Layla Ali was more of a hype job, dog. Layla Ali fought a bunch of girls that were nowhere near the same size as her. I think she was fighting when women's boxing was not taking it seriously. From what I can see, women's boxing now is better than women's boxing was then. Because at that point in time, you could have like Jackie Frazier-Lyde come out there and get championship fights, and she wasn't a fighter. She's like 36. She's like 36-year-old lawyer who came out, and was fighting. You had fighters like you had really good fighters though. Fighters like Lucia Riker. But you had like Mia St. John's and guys like you didn't have like Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Claressa Shields, Cecilia Brækhus, the girl out of Chicago whose name is skipping my mind right now. With Killer Cass, Jessica McCaskill. You have, what's her name over there? Savannah Marshall, who's a good fighter. They're very, very solid fighters. Yeah, Lucia Riker was a very solid fighter, but she didn't fight Lucia Riker. I don't know if maybe it was a size difference or whatever, but honestly, right now, yeah, she beat Frazier's daughter. Yeah, so what? I would like. It's fine. I like Layla Ali. Don't get me wrong, but nah, the real fighter, Ann Wolf was a real fighter, and plus Ann Wolf will knock your head clear off your shoulders, and that's why I'm saying. And I think she also held like 3 different. I can't remember what she said. She's got her own record that is very impressive. She's like, people don't know this about me. I think she might have had like championships in like 5 different divisions or something like that. Some record that I can't recall, dog. But anyway, man, Algeron Hall said, you're right, Fannon. The sport of women's boxing has elevated a lot. Layla didn't even fight the best in her own era, Ann Wolf. Yeah, man. It's like, you know what I mean? What about Cracker Ali Walsh? What about, why you call him that, man? Why you call Ali Walsh? Why you call Ali Walsh that, man? I don't know if his daddy's Jewish or what his daddy is, though, dog. But he did not get the Ali looks, dog. I'm going to tell you that for sure. God, dog. Man, I was like, dude, I don't think I've ever seen. What's his Nico Ali Walsh, dog. I don't never think I've ever seen a woman that pretty give birth to a boy that ugly. Nico hard on the eyes, dog. Oh man, I'm sorry, man. Pause and all that, dog. But I was like, God, he looked just like his daddy. Yeah, his mama fine, but he looked just like his daddy, dog. Just like his daddy. Exactly like that dude, man. But I like him though. All jokes aside, man, I like him, man. He seems like a good dude, man. You know what I mean? He seems like a good dude. I don't think his daddy's Muslim though. His dad don't look like he's Muslim. And his son is Muslim. I think his mother's Muslim. He said, "Nah, he looked like him up in the brow. He got athletic. He's got athletic ability. He got athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? He said he jacked up. Hey man, he's got athletic ability, dog. You know, he's got athletic ability, just like Layla Ali. Dude, Layla Ali was a really good athlete. Those genes, the athletic genes, got passed down. Seriously, I mean, the dude can crack. The Ali Walsh, he can crack, and he's a brave dude, man. He looked like he'd been boxing for a while. You know what I mean? Lewis, hey, don't be a racist, Lewis. Don't be a racist. The Mexican destroyed Shields. Okay. Don't be a racist around here, man. Just pointing to Mexicans winning fights. That's not cool, man. Because you know damn well, if I said that black man beat Canelo, you be crying about it. Keep it kosher, homie. Yeah. Saying cracker is racist? No, it's not. No, it's not. Why? How is that? Anyway, y'all can say that. Ryan Miller said, I hope Nico has a good chin. Yeah, he's got to fix that, dog. World Czar Power said, female boxing needs to make a shrine for Claressa Shields for what she's done for the sport. Where'd that go, man? For the sport, she really put in the map. She really put it on the map. What's strange is they still don't get the respect I think they deserve. No, women boxing does not get the respect they deserve. Oh, that's hilarious. Klay Thompson Ali, dog. Yeah, there you go. Klay Thompson Ali, man. But I like the guy, man, and he's a very well-spoken young man. He seems like a very nice, and he's honest about what he's doing, man. He doesn't seem like, he's like, man, this is about representing my dad, keeping my granddad, keeping my granddad's name out there, the family name out there, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing, and I appreciate that, man. He's being honest, man. He ain't out there talking about how he's going to be the best fighter in the world and all that. You know, he's doing his thing. Boogie9, much love in that super chat, man. Said AB is a Hall of Famer. I don't care. He a 4-division champ. Okay, let me see. 4-division champ. That's what it takes. Okay, then let me ask you a question. Is Gervonta Davis a Hall of Famer? Same question, Boogie. Is Gervonta Davis a Hall of Famer? Think about that very carefully. Okay? Think about that. Real Life Living said, how isn't it, whoa, where'd it go? How isn't it calling anybody, what? How isn't it calling anybody anything other than people is racist? We can't have it both ways. We can't call one this and that the other. And look, man, I don't think it is. It's their name. They came up with the word. I don't even think we even invented that. I think that was their word. Cracker. That's what but don't use it. It's an insult. So any way you want to go, dog, it's an insult. All right, it's racist if that's what you want to say. I don't care. I don't use the word. So I'm not going to defend it one way or the other. If you think that somebody's a racist because they say the word cracker, okay. I don't know what you're supposed to do. Is white boy racist? You know what I mean? Is hunky racist? I mean, if it is, it is. If you think that means enough to qualify for oppressing people, cool. And for me, look, man, I don't think insulting anybody in a whole group of people is cool. All right. But the word racist, you guys throw that around too much. All right. You throw it around too much as a way to deflect from real racism. And when you throw it around too easy, it really does prevent being able to recognize racism and solving it, which is a very, very big problem and a very serious problem. Okay. And honestly, black people get called racist way too much. I'm seriously, like, black people are the most racist people in the world, apparently. You know what I'm saying? Apparently. But I don't care. Seriously, I want to talk boxing. I don't care. You think anybody's racist you want to think. I don't care. Say, yo, man, Fannon is the funniest guy in this. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? RCK in the building said, what's good, Fannon? What's good? Let's cook. Yes, sir. Let's cook, man. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. It's from the AA Ron said, it's from the British slums. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure that's a word that white people used. That's what I thought that was. I thought it came from them. And it was literally like a term that you used. But I don't know. I don't care, man. Like I said, I don't use it. I don't call Mexicans out their name. I don't call black people out their names. I don't call Asians out their names. I don't have any inclination whatsoever to do any of that. Now, look, man, white boy can't be racist if they call themselves white. Okay? You can't. You can't call that. If white boy ain't racist, they call themselves white boys. They invented being white. They say they're white. I can't. That's what they want to be called in America. You know what I mean? Anyway, I don't care, man. Like, on the real, seriously, I have to just say I don't care. I don't care. I know that I don't have any ill will against anybody, and it is the intention that matters for me. If y'all want to think that is, hey man, go talk to somebody that actually uses that and does that. I don't do that, man. Anyway, Let's Ride says a black person being called racist is a distinction without merit. Pretty much, that's what I think. But anyway, you know, it's a smokescreen. But anyway, let's move on. Somebody give me a boxing question, because on the real, I don't want to talk about it. It's so old and it's so ridiculous that I'm tired of the conversation. You know what I mean? Texas Made the Realist said, being in the military, there's a difference between being a racist and being called a stereotype. A lot of people don't know the difference. I appreciate that, man. It said Alan McClain said, good man, YouTube. What is that? YouTube bro, peace. Okay, that's not for me. Anyway. White boy is offensive. How would you like to be called black boy? I have been called black boy. That's the little black boy over there. What's wrong with that? If it's a boy, it's black. You talking about the little black boy over there? There's nothing wrong with calling somebody a black boy. Hey, which boy are you talking about? Oh, I'm talking about the black boy. There's nothing insulting about that. I wouldn't mind being called a black. What's wrong with being called a black boy? If it's a black boy. If you call me a boy and I'm a 50-year-old man, that's the problem. You're calling me a boy. It's not an insult to be called black at all. That's not an insult. You mean the black guy over there? If a white guy said, hey, you mean the black guy? Which one are you talking about? Talking about the black guy? That's not an insult. That's an observation. I wouldn't mind it at all. Anyway, Boogie Nine said, I'm a fan of Tank, but he only holds titles at 130 and the other are regular belts. Hey, I'm just saying he got 4 titles. They're going to tell it that way. You just remember. They're going to tell it that way, Boogie Nine. 3-division champion. Champion in 3 divisions. I'd have to go look at Broner. Broner got him quick, though, man. You know what I'm saying? He might have fought his way out of that, dog. Hold on one second, man. I am not going to miss this other super chat, man. Y'all know the super chats is valuable in this world, in this hard world we live in. Much love in that super chat. And then again in the super chat. Come on, shout out to YB, man. Let me tell you something, man. YB can jump on the end of a stake and swivel, okay? Man, I know who that dude is, dog. He can jump on a spike and swivel for all I care, man. That is one of the most obnoxious people I've ever met I've ever even heard in my life. I don't understand how people can even listen to the guy. Just insult people and insult people and insult people and insult people. Get some creativity about yourself, man. Anyway, Michael Kirkland said, would you put Wilder Fury up there with Foreman Lau or Holmes Norton? Yeah, I would. Very, very good fight. Man, it was the best fight of the year for me. It was the best fight of the year. Because it had ebbs and flows. It was like, oh, man, I was excited in that round 4. And when he knocked him out, that's a brutal knockdown, dog. That was a brutal knockdown, dog. Brutal knockout. You know what I'm saying? It was off for a second, man. People be behind on these chats, man. Outside media says, yes, calling men a boy. Said insulting calling any man a boy. Yeah, You call somebody a boy, it is, people get insulted by that, man. That's what I'm getting at. Nothing wrong with white and black, but a grown man shouldn't be called a boy is demeaning. Yeah. If you talk about if I was being called a boy, no, I don't like that. I don't like when people call me boy. I don't like when people call me buddy. I'm not your buddy. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that at all, man. You do not, honestly, calling somebody a buddy is, man, that shit's disrespectful, man. Because you know that there's certain people you would never call buddy. And they are people that you respect. You would never call, if you were a kid and you're talking to your principal, you never call your principal buddy. You're talking to your father, you never call him buddy. You talk to a police officer, you never call him buddy. You talk to the richest man in town, you never call him buddy. You wouldn't. You call people buddy that you think are below you. And it's in some way, shape, or form. Which is why I don't take kindly, man, dude, I'm not buddy, man. You know what I'm saying? My name is not buddy. And I don't appreciate it. But anyway, Delonte Bear said, you should hook up. Hey, thanks, Delonte Bear, but that's all right, man. I don't need to take this is cool enough for me, man. Let's talk boxing here, man. It's a pandemic. Said, we're just at facts. I'm not your buddy. It's a low-key racism. It's just disrespect. I heard black people call me buddy. This guy I was working with, he kept saying buddy. I'm like, look, man, you got to stop that. You got to stop calling me that. I don't appreciate that, man. That's disrespectful. But anyway, man, let's get back on boxing. I'm going to force this back to boxing. Even if I got to talk about Tyson, even if I got to talk about Anthony Joshua and his gangster lean, which I don't, with his gangster lean, man. But I don't understand why anybody would get more upset than Drake. I mean, does Drake look like he living a life or lived a life, man? He's a child star. You know what I'm saying? His uncle is Larry Graham or something like that. You know what I mean? Anyway. Exactly. Malik said, I'm from the South. You call me boy and you're catching a fade. Yeah, that's how that runs, man. But anyway, man, somebody hit a boxing question, man. Hit a boxing question. Seriously, man. Your Danny's fist. What's going on? I like that, man. Your Danny's fist. Ah! That was a good fight. That was a good fight watching them dudes eat all that troll, all that, man. Eat all that, not troll, what do you call it? Eat all that, crow is what I'm thinking about, man. Can't wait for this COVID to be over so you can get to the fights and get some interviews. Be great. You be great at them. You're not, because you're not worried to ask, questions. I'm telling you, man, it's hard. It'd be difficult for me to go to fight and chase behind these fighters asking them questions, man. I'm not, you know what I mean? Mike the Dealer said, have you seen the top-ranked prospect Abdullah Mason? I have not, but I will keep a lookout for him now that you said that. Who's putting money on Delorme? He's plus 3,000. You know he is, dog. You know he's plus. I ain't putting no money on him, man, because that's throwing away money. I might bet the under on it. Is there an under on it? I'll bet the under, just if I want to put some money. But it's tough the online gambling. I don't really know how to do it and make it easy to get your money out. You know what I mean? TJ Boxing and Sports. What's good, man? How you feeling, brother? I put 5. Let me say, who? Why don't Frank Sanchez fight Ruiz? Because he's with Top Rank. Those guys ain't fighting Frank Sanchez. Oh, but notice this. If Deontay Wilder beat Frank Sanchez would be a bum right away. Immediately, according to Anthony Joshua. He'd be a bum right away, man. Wurzar said, none of these UK boxers captures the attention like Nigel and Chris. And honestly, man, I think that's revisionist history. That they really caught a lot of interest, man. I was never really big into them, man. I was never big into Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank. We're never really that big over here. I think they may have been big over there in the UK, but I don't really think that they were ever really big here, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they were ever really big here. And I would have loved, everything about here was about Roy Jones Jr., Bernard Hopkins, guys like that. Even, when were they, late 80s? Say Eubanks was that guy. Raleigh's the short bucks champ. Raleigh's a bum. Sorry about that, man. Since Raleigh want to call everybody a bum, I'm calling Raleigh that. And I don't think that TJ boxing and sports. Canelo by brutal stoppage. I think he's going to get by controversial decision. Be prepared. I'm prepared for that. I'm prepared for Canelo to be overrated, dog. I'm telling you. Canelo is so cocky. And y'all are selling him, and you guys are selling him so hard, man. Like, and he's not fought in. Gotta go buy a new spike, man. Boogie 9 in the building, man. Says Porter got a big chance of knocking out Crawford. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't see that. I'm gonna tell you flat out, I don't see that happening. Yeah, I got it. Hey, thanks, Robert Robles. Yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't see a knockout. I don't see a knockout happening either way, man. I think that is going to be a very, very good fight, man. A very, very good fight. But I don't see it either way, man. I don't see a knockout either way for Terrence Crawford or Sean Porter. I just think that that's going to be a fight. I think that's going to be a very, very solid fight. And it's just going to be a really good opportunity for Terrence Crawford to prove how good he is if he's able to convincingly beat Terrence Crawford. But I can't see Terrence Crawford if he can convincingly beat Sean Porter. But I really do not think I really don't think that that's going to be a knockout, man. TJ Boxing Sports said, man, I have a lot of respect for your boxing knowledge and IQ. Salute, sir. Thank you, man. Much love in that super chat, man. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man, for the compliment, man. Jose Rodriguez said, I think Crawford is going to be pushed to his limits. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to have a really good fight, man. I'm hoping that he gets pushed all the way to his limits, and it's a good fight, man. I hope so. Matthew Boxing said, real boxing fan knows what's up with Canelo. Well, yeah, man, that's obvious that the man is juicing, but the dude's going to be juicing any way you cut it. He's going to be juicing. You know, if he was juicing before, he's going to be juicing now. Nothing's going to change. However, you know, I think Caleb Plant is a better fighter than people are giving him credit for, because there's nothing that that Caleb Plant has showed to say that he's weak-minded. Right. And I believe that he believes what he's saying, for sure. Believes what he's saying, man. When he says he's going in there to do his thing, man, it's a big supporter right here, man. Ringside with LCD in the building, man. Much love in that super chat, man. Thank you for the support, man. He said, nah, all Fannon got to do is what he's already doing. We need to appreciate what he brings to us daily instead of telling him to do what we want. How ungrateful. How do you start your own channel and talk? How do you start your own channel and talk about what you want, Hunter, man? I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. I mean, I don't mind doing interviews and all that stuff. I wouldn't mind it. But, you know, that's just, I got kids. I got a kid in high school. I got all of that stuff, man. And plus, that's just expensive, man. It's expensive. You know what I mean? And the channel don't make that much money. You know, to spring that. And it is what it is, man. I'd like to get more interviews on the channel, though. I think that would be good, man. I think that would be good. But if you're tired, did you ask a question on that, man? He said, how do you start your own channel and talk about what you want? 100. Hey, man, just get a channel, start it. Everybody's got a YouTube channel that has a Google Gmail account. Start a Gmail account. Watch some videos on how you go about putting up videos and talk about what you want to talk about, man. That's how you do it. And, and you try to talk to people that are like-minded people, man. Like-minded people about things that you like. I like boxing, love boxing. Love politics too, man, but I didn't want to get into the drama. I want to get into the drama of politics. Michael Kirkland said, I like the fact that you bring up boxers' willpower. That's why I dislike Tyson Fury. Tyson, you talk about Mike Tyson or Mike Tyson? And Mike Tyson's willpower. Mike Tyson he's a super talent, but he's just kind of off in the dome piece, man. Mike Tyson was cruising in that last part of his career, just making money. You know what I mean? He was making money, very, very talented, and he had made it to a certain level where his name was recognized and he was going to get paid any way it goes, man. Mike Tyson, since Mike Tyson became Mike Tyson's been able to get paid no matter what he's done. And I think that that's kind of what got away with Mike Tyson, man. If Mike Tyson had to fight really to eat at any point in time, you know, it might have been a different from him, man. You know what I mean? Fahim said, Fannon, maybe Canelo believes he can't lose to a white boy. Man, he knows he can lose to some black ones. Jeffrey Brook in the building, man. Said, hey, I just watched and studied both fighters. I do see Bud stopping Porter, but it won't be with a one-punch knockout. Okay, I can appreciate that, man. If he does, I'll be, hey, seriously, if he does, that is, hey, man, ain't a lot to talk about with him then. If he can knock him out, ain't a whole lot to be talking about Terrence Crawford then. That's the number one pound for pound. I'm telling you. I've already said he's the number one pound for pound. I've already got him a number one pound for pound. I already got him a number one pound for pound. But I'm telling you for certain, if that man knocks out Sean Porter, y'all should not, nobody should talk about him, anybody but him being number one pound for pound, man. You know what I mean? But you know, something is really interesting, man. How they don't think about Canelo having lost to Floyd Mayweather Jr. They count that as like a positive or something. They count it as like, it ain't a positive that he lost to that guy. All right. It's an L to a little man. I'm telling you, Canelo is beatable. And Lara beat him, man. I don't see how he gate that. I personally thought that Austin Trout beat him. Austin Trout got knocked down, and I think that was the difference in the fight. But other than that, man, Austin Trout gave that man Austin Trout gave Canelo Alvarez everything Canelo Alvarez could handle. I think Erislandy Lara beat him, and Floyd Mayweather Jr. did beat him. I'm telling you, the man been on a victory lap. He's been on a victory lap for a while. Very good fighter, but you know that man's been on a victory lap. My man Words Are Power said, I already know how Canelo coming in on, you know what it is, on that T. He gonna have that T. He's gonna be on that T for sure. My man Boogie Nine back at it said, Riley is the Tekashi 6ix9ine of boxing. Does Tekashi 6ix9ine still rap? That dude looked like a crayon box blew up on him, man. Just terrible, man. Weird. Very, very weird, dog. Said Triple G beat him. I don't think so. But a lot of people thought he lost to Triple G. Fair enough. I don't think he lost to Triple G. I thought he beat Triple G in the first fight, and you know he beat him in the second fight. Canelo got the second fight. I thought Canelo got robbed in the first fight with that draw. But, you know, I'm telling you, that's how it works, though. The whole world was anti-Canelo for an instant. For a blink of an eye. The world turned anti-Canelo. For a blink of an eye. Just magically. Out of the blue. All of a sudden, Canelo was overrated. Canelo wasn't that good. Canelo lost that fight. Amazing. Seriously. When really, that fight was closer than the Erislandy Lara fight was. Nobody was crying about that. Yep, I got to go to the store today and go get another wire for this. I knew eventually these wires, it lasts a long time though. Last months though. Says something's wrong with my super chat. I don't know, man. Is it? That's unfortunate. I don't know. You said no sound. Yeah, it went out for a second. I'll just keep my hand off. It'll be fine, man. J Style said Mayweather was smart. He got fighters before they got better. I don't think Mayweather beats Canelo today. No, he doesn't beat him today, but dog, he beat him that day. It was the end of his career. He beat him that day. And he beat him easy. He beat him that day, and he beat him easy. He said he had duct tape. Yeah. The easiest way to repair, man. Yeah, man. Give me some duct tape. Yeah, I mean, over time, man, it gets loose. You know what I mean? Naya said, but Canelo probably would lose to better Beterbiev. Maybe. If he make it, maybe. Exactly. Canelo got beat by old money, too. That wasn't even a prime Floyd Mayweather to beat him. That was an old Floyd Mayweather to beat him. Floyd Mayweather had a harder time with Marcos Maidana. He had a harder time with Marcos Maidana than he had with Canelo Alvarez. He had a harder time with him. And I don't think Beterbiev is too robotic. He's a pressure fighter. And if Canelo can't keep him off of him, it's going to be tough. Because they're going to be right there. But Canelo Alvarez, the thing with Canelo, man, it's really hard to hit. It's very hard to hit Canelo clean. And that's really the thing with Canelo, is how hard it is to hit him clean. You know what I mean? Dr. Fate said, nah, he was in his prime. They was a prime Mayweather. He looked fast. No way. That was not a prime Floyd Mayweather, dude. Floyd Mayweather wasn't even a dude. Floyd Mayweather wasn't in his prime, was not in his prime when he got to welterweight. When he got to welterweight. He retired after Oscar De La Hoya for the first time. He retired. I think he was in his prime in that at 130. I don't think he was his prime in that at that weight class, man. I don't think. Michael Kirkland, hey man, Jeffrey Brooks, man. Thank you, man. Much love in that super chat, man. Y'all showing that major love, man. Thank you so much, man. He said, Bud isn't the type of fighter to be throwing 700 punches in a fight, and he really focused on getting you out of there. It'll be interesting to see if Porter forces the distance. Much love in that super chat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He is. You mean forces the pace. I absolutely think he's going to force that pace. You know what I mean? I think he's going to force the pace and make him throw more punches than that. That wasn't accidental. I mean, he really does have the ability to make Terrence Crawford work a lot. And if he makes him work, he can get him tired. You know, if he makes him work, he can get him tired. He can make him expose himself. He can land big shots. All of that stuff, man. But at the same, and he can diminish some of Terrence Crawford's power. I think the only outstanding issue for me for that fight is the same issue that I got with Canelo and Caleb Plant. When you fight a lot of guys that are mismatches, and you jump out there and you now are in a tough fight, man, it might affect you, man. He's not been fighting. Terrence Crawford has not fought a difficult fight in a long time, in years. He hasn't fought a difficult fight in years. And I think the last difficult, and it wasn't even that difficult for him really, was Victor Postol. But it's been a long time since he's had any difficult fights. Definitely over the last 3 years, he's not had anything that can push him. And I don't think nothing to push him. Quincy Carter said Lara ran like a fugitive the last 5 rounds. Did he catch him? Did he catch him? That's easy to say. I didn't see that. I saw him moving the whole fight and stopping and hitting Canelo. Nah, man. And guess what? I think he won the first 7 rounds. And you ran the last 5, whatever, man. But no. He got beat, man. Dog, he lost that fight, man. Canelo lost that fight to that dude, man. In my opinion, I don't think there's much of a question, dog, about who won that fight. In my opinion. Now, on the official record books, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. That guy won. You know, it is what it is. Who is the man to beat Canelo? I don't know. Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is the man to beat him. It's already on his record. I don't know, man. We're going to have to see. I don't think there's anybody I would favor to beat him. You know what I'm saying? I would not favor anybody to beat Canelo. I think Canelo's that good, where I would not favor anybody to beat him. But somebody out there is going to beat him. I'm trying to tell you. And y'all going to be like, what happened? Canelo Alvarez has a lot of fights under his belt, man. A lot of wear and tear on him, man. It's later in his career, even though he's not that old. Who knows? Errol Spence moving up to 160 pounds may be the guy to beat him. You know what I mean? Jamal Charlo might be the guy to beat him. Caleb Plant might be the guy to beat him. Caleb Plant got a chance, man. Caleb Plant got a chance, and everybody I don't really like people brushing him off like that. They be brushing Caleb Plant clear off. Like Mike Tyson, gonna knock him out. Just not a close. I don't think Mike Tyson even thought about it. You know, much love, Big E in that building, man. Much love in that super chat, man. Thank you so much for the support, man. Thank you, man. Malachi Allen said, newsflash, Floyd didn't run. No, he stood right there countering him all day. And you know why? Because to him, he saw the patterns. He saw the patterns. Yeah, this thing, I got to fix this thing. Say Canelo way too arrogant. Hey, he tried to intimidate Caleb Plant, man. And it's funny. Do you notice how the media blame Caleb Plant for that? Like the whole time, it's like anybody else, he would have been losing his cool or something like that. You know what I mean? Glad you speaking good on Plant. He's got some skills. Yeah, man. Caleb Plant's a good fighter. And he's a young fighter. He's a good fighter, and he's he's not a super young fighter. He's in his late 20s, but he's serious business, man. And as a result, he got a chance, man. You know what I'm saying? They got a chance. King Los, exactly. Said they brushed off Usyk and Castano. Don't sleep on underdogs this year. Yeah, I don't understand how they slept on Usyk, though. Sleeping on Usyk just tells you didn't. To me, when anybody that was really lunched on Usyk just don't know what they're looking at and didn't pay attention and are just, Usyk, I don't even think they really wanted that fight, man. I like Usyk's attitude too. Usyk is a funny dude. They asked Usyk what he's done to celebrate. He's like, after the fight, I went to my room. Usyk said after the fight, he said, what is it? He said, yeah, they blame Plant. He said, Richard said, yeah, they blame Plant. Yeah, like Canelo starts it and they blame Plant for doing, and he got hit. Like, seriously, they're like, well, he didn't swing on him. Yes, he did. He did swing on him. In boxing, you punch people to the chest. That was a double-handed chest punch. Boom. You know what I'm saying? That was two open hands to the chest. What do you mean that he didn't hit him? But anyway, he hit him. Hit him with two hands. In fact, he hit him with two hands. But, it is what it is, man. I shouldn't say that, though. I won't say that. Greg T said, but I hear you on Plant. He's coming into his own. Plant is just about to enter his prime. Folks don't see that. Yeah, that is an upset. I'm not going to pick him to win, but don't be surprised if he does. That's what I'll say. Don't be surprised, man. Because if it's a good fight, do not be surprised. Don't be surprised because honestly, man, people discounted him against Jose Escadigi. They discounted him against Escadigi. And he beats Escadigi. He beats Escadigi going away. So, yeah, man, get a man his credit, man. But, it is what it is, man. They do what they do, man. Let's Ride said, hey, man, I hate to backtrack, but what's up with Wilder's lack of endurance and stamina? And do you think he has brain damage? Let's Ride. Why would I speculate on a man's brain damage, dog? I think Tyson Fury's got brain damage. Tyson Fury goes down way too easy. You know what I'd rather talk about? Why does Tyson Fury get knocked down by a guy who clearly has no endurance? Why? Why did Tyson Fury get concussed by a guy that got off the deck? He should have finished him, right? He was on his way out, and then boom, he gets decked twice in the same round. I would like to focus on what's wrong with Tyson Fury's chin. Personally, I think you just trying to find a way to insult Deontay Wilder. And I will tell you, man, your ride is over. The fight is over, okay? The fight is over. You can't relive it. People ain't going to keep sitting around. You don't get to keep rubbing it in people's faces forever and ever and ever and ever, okay? Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder. He proved that he was the better fighter, and I will freely acknowledge that. He proved he's the better boxer. He's the better fighter because he won 2 out of 3 matches. All Deontay Wilder could get is a draw and 4 knockdowns. Okay? However, I will tell you, he got his pound of flesh. He got his pound of flesh, and he got his ton of money. Man, I wish I had some of that ton of money. You know what I mean? And he said, you don't have any power. Tyson Fury said he didn't have any power. Show seemed to get knocked down. Said they can't stop. Fury won. Damn. Oh, man, dude, they just trying to get, it is it. He said, oh, no, I'm a fan. It's all right, let's ride. I know I've seen you before. I've seen you before. Let's ride. I've seen you before. I'm not. And by the way, I don't have any problem if anybody's a Tyson Fury fan. If you're a Tyson Fury fan, you're more than welcome. If you're a Tyson Fury fan, you're an Anthony Joshua fan, you're a Canelo Alvarez fan, any of those things, man. I don't have any ill will against you. I don't think you're dumb. I don't think there's something wrong with you for liking the guy. None of that. Well, a little bit something wrong with you for liking Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a bit of a scumbag, and I still maintain that. That dude is a cheater, dude. Been cheating though. Man, Giovanni Walker definitely holding down the chat today, man. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much. He said, Canelo Alvarez loses to Plant Fannon. Where do you think Canelo career stands at? He'll get a rematch. He'll get a rematch, and that's it. He'll get a rematch, and it'll be a huge letdown, though. It'd be a huge letdown. No. Hey, Giovanni Walker, yeah, that's what I would say. It'd be a huge letdown for him, man. Huge letdown for him. He ain't supposed to lose to Caleb. He's not supposed to lose to Caleb Plant. It'll be a reality check. But trust me, they will find a way to rebuild that dude quickly because he brings in money. You know what I'm saying? Cutman Scar said, I like that pound of flesh line. Yeah, he did. He got his pound. He got his money, and he got his pound of flesh out that man. So he can talk all that Dawser bum all you want. This Dawser decked you. And it ain't no accident. I decked you 4 times, homie. It ain't an accident, okay? You let her know. You gonna feel me for the rest of your life, homie. Hey, but what? Now, man, let me tell you something, man, about Devin Haney fans, all right? But not a Devin Haney fan. Dude, of course Devin Haney fans, man. This is my only thing has ever been with Devin Haney is fundamentally this. Just because certain people duck him does not mean he won those fights. Being ducked does not equate winning a fight. Doesn't. I know that he's a good fighter. I know that he's a very good fighter. I don't know if he's a great fighter. And then when I say that, people will come up and they say, hey, they talk about they'd say, well, he's been ducked. Nobody will fight him. He's the boogeyman. Okay. Nobody will fight him. He's the boogeyman. That doesn't mean he beat those guys. It just means they won't fight him. And I'm not going to say that he beat them. You guys, certain times that I hear Devin Haney fans talk, it's like you want to count a fight that didn't happen as a win for him. It's not a win. He didn't beat Teofimo Lopez. He didn't beat Jerry Russell. He didn't beat Ryan Garcia. He didn't beat Gervonta Davis. He didn't beat any of those guys. Just because they didn't take the fight does not mean he beat them. That's the only thing that I got with Devin Haney. So, you know what I mean? Come on, man. It's reasonable and it's not unreasonable to think somebody can beat him. You know what I mean? And you guys, they get mighty up in arms about that. Mighty for a limited fan base. And I'm going to tell you, a a limited fan base, get mighty riled when I say Shakur Stevenson will beat him. But I went back and I looked again. And I'm telling you, from everything that I can see, Shakur Stevenson is a better fighter. He looks like a better fighter to me. And then people will come and say, well, Devin Haney would have done the same thing to everybody that he fought. And I will say, okay, yeah, I think Devin Haney would beat everybody that Shakur Stevenson beat. I also think that Shakur Stevenson will beat everybody Devin Haney beat. So what's your point? I'm not saying Devin Haney's not a good fighter. I'm just saying I think Shakur Stevenson's better. I would like people to come up with a little bit better arguments for why they say I'm wrong. And the fact that, Jorge Linares is a better fighter than Jamel Herring. Really? Jamel Herring didn't get knocked out at 126 pounds. I know that. That's a dude. Jorge Linares has been knocked out at least 3 times in his career. At least 3 times. And 2 of them times, I do believe, was at 126 pounds. I think he got knocked out at 135, and he got knocked out twice at either 130 or 126 pounds. So Jorge Linares is a guy that doesn't have a chin. Doesn't have a chin. Jamel Herring does not have a reputation for being glass-jawed. Okay? So I don't know. I think Shakur Stevenson knocks out Jorge Linares. I don't think Jorge Linares is going to go 10 rounds with Gervonta. I definitely don't think he's going 10 rounds with Gervonta. I do not think he's going 10 rounds with Shakur Stevenson. If Shakur Stevenson walks to him and he fights back, he'd have that guy on his back foot moving around all night. But dude's got a glass jaw. At least that's my understanding. But let me go back and make sure that I got this right. Jorge Linares. And I'm pretty sure he's been knocked out by little guys too. Devin Haney, excuse me. He got knocked out by Pablo Cano. He moved up to 140 and got knocked out. He got knocked out by Vasily Lomachenko. He got knocked out by Sergio Thompson. He got knocked out by Antonio DeMarco. He got knocked out by Juan Carlos Salgado. So, that is how many knockouts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's been knocked out 5 times. He got knocked out 5 times. And at lower weight classes, and by guys you've never heard of. And he got knocked out by Antonio DeMarco, okay, who got beat up by Adrien Broner. So, come on. If Devin Haney had a lot of punching power, he should have got Linares out of there. And I think they made that fight so he could get a knockout against that guy. Also, I think he went the distance with your boy, Yuriokas Gamboa. Didn't he go the distance with Yuriokas Gamboa? Who Tank knocked out in 11? Went the distance with Yuriokas Gamboa. And Yuriokas Gamboa has been knocked out 1. He was coming off a knockout loss. Got stopped by Robinson Castellano. Got knocked out by Terrence Crawford. Right? So these are guys that are there for him to knock out. Didn't clip him, didn't knock him out. It's not unreasonable to question his power, man. Giovanni Walker in that super chat, man, said, Canelo Alvarez loses to Plant Fannon. Where do you think he went? Okay, I got that. I'm sorry. And let me go down here to another super chat that's here. Biggie in the building said, do you think we will get a Benavidez fight with Canelo versus Plant winner? If so, does Benavidez beat them both? Yes and maybe. Yes and I hope so. And maybe. Canelo said he'd fight him. Canelo said he'd fight him. He said, Darren Smith said, facts, I peeped that too, Fannon. Yeah, man, I ain't got no problem with Devin Haney as a fighter, man. None. But but that can't be brainwashing. they put that brainwash on you, dog. Some of y'all. They got that wah on some of y'all, dog. You know what I mean? Because seriously, he said Gamboa had torn something in his foot in the Davis fight. Yeah, he torn something because Gervonta Davis decked him. Gervonta Davis tore something in him. That's what happened. He got dropped, and when he got dropped, he ripped something in his leg. He got ripped. If he didn't rip something in his leg, he might have got knocked out earlier. I remember that. Jamie the Miracle Mitchell in that super chat, man. Thank you so much for that support, man. Man, thank you so much for that love, for that super chat and supporting the channel. It really is what makes it work. He said, good morning, sir. Good morning to everybody. Absolutely. Oh, good morning, ma'am. Jamie the Miracle Mitchell. Shout out to the champ. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. Absolutely. The champ is here. Haney has no chin. I'm not going to say that. I don't say, man, Haney's a good fighter. He's a good fighter who is very, very consistently promoted, man. Very, very consistently promoted. But talk ain't fight. That's all I'm saying. Talk ain't fight. Talk ain't fight. And for me, I'll take Shakur. You take Devin, I'll take Shakur in that fight. And I hope we get to see it. And that's why I was calling for the fight. Because for real, I would love to see that fight. Because I think Shakur will win. Gervonta Davis versus Devin Haney. I don't know, man. I get it. I don't know who to take in that fight. I'm going to tell you. And if that ain't complimenting Devin Haney, I don't know what is. Me saying I don't know in that fight, that's a compliment. Me saying I think he can beat Teofimo Lopez, that's a compliment. I think he can beat Ryan Garcia. That's a compliment. You know what I mean? Fahim Sator said, Fannon and Devin still ain't nothing about, he said, Fannon and Devin still ain't said nothing about Shakur. Yeah, they did. Yeah, he did. His dad did. Yeah, he did. He said it on my channel. Said it on my channel. I'm telling you. That's why I don't hear that name. There's a reason. I heard it very quick. Very quick. When they were talking about the most skilled guys in boxing. When they were talking about the most skilled guys in boxing. I'm telling you, I think they know. Dog, that ain't no easy. And plus, let's be honest, okay? Just be honest. I'm going to be honest for a second. I don't think that Devin Haney has made the same amount of improvement in the pros as who will lose. So he will be on his back foot against Tank, Lopez, Kingery, etc. Who you talking about? Got a proxy? I want to know this one. I'm dipping in this conversation. Canelo ain't fighting Charlo brothers either. Nah, he ain't. Maybe. Haney outboxes Tank. Since Haney can take a punch but no power behind his, how could he beat a power puncher like Stevens, Tank, or Lopez? That's a risk. He said, it's the cups you drink out of for me. Much love, man. Thank you, champ. Man, what I do with my thing? Thank you, champ. Oh, there it went. I went over there. Thank you, champ. I don't said he can't trade with bigger men. But look, I'm just telling you. I don't think that Devin Haney has made as much progress in his career as Shakur Stevenson has. From when I first started seeing Devin Haney fight, and when I first started seeing Shakur fight, and when I started seeing and to where they are now, it looks to me like Shakur Stevenson has made more progress as a pro. And I don't know if that's with the training or not. Because Devin Haney's got his father. Is his father still his trainer? I don't know if his father's still his trainer. I think they were looking, maybe they brought somebody else in. I know he was trained by the Mayweathers early in his career, but he just doesn't look like he's made as much in the fights that I've seen. He didn't look like he made the progress that Shakur has made. And if that's the case, and they were both pros though when they sparred, and I'm telling you, I don't care what y'all say, that was a bad look for Devin in that sparring match for sure. Be Easy said, I hope they do make Haney Stevenson good fight for boxing, and I look forward to our gentleman's bet and some healthy debate, my brother. Yeah, see, that's what it's about. It ain't got to be about hating people and being a bad guy and you're a terrible person and, you know what I mean? Like, you're a terrible person, you're stupid, you don't know anything about boxing because you don't think my guy will win. All of that, man. You know what I mean? Now, if you out there calling people, if I was calling Devin Haney a bum, y'all should talk bad about me. If I was saying, if I presented the same arguments that you guys presented, then I could understand, okay, yeah, have some beef about that. If I was, he's a bum, he can't punch at all, you know, Shakur's gonna knock him out in 2 rounds, he's never fought nobody. If I was doing that nonsense, then yeah, I have an issue with that. Because that's just nonsense. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not, dude, Devin Haney would not be where he is if Devin Haney could not fight. It was not a very, very good fighter who can beat 99% of these fighters. 99% of them. You know what I mean? Let me say, Saber Mix said, what? Devin has made levels of improvement since he was 17 and years old. Wow, he's 22. Stop. Shake my head. Stop. That was sparring. Yikes. Shakur Stevenson fought his last fight without a jab. He looked stagnant. Are you nuts? First of all, let's go through this, Saber Mike. I'm not talking about since he was 17 years old. I'm not talking about, I said that since I've been watching Devin Haney, since I watched him, I didn't say since he was 17 years old. Don't put words in my mouth. When I first started watching Devin Haney was 19, going on 20. I didn't watch his fights that he had in Mexico. I didn't watch those fights. I'm talking about fights that I've seen that I started since he got to the zone, basically. I'm talking about since he got to the zone over his last, matter of fact, I'll tell you specifically which fight I'm talking from. I'm talking about when Devin Haney fought Antonio Moran. I'm talking about, no, excuse me. I'm talking about Mason Menard. I started watching him in Mason Menard, that was 3 years ago. He was 19 years old. From Mason Menard, roughly Mason Menard, to now. And I'm not saying that he hasn't improved. Another part of that. I'm not saying that he's not improved. I said that I've seen more improvement out of Shakur Stevenson. And you say he fought his last fight without a jab. Stevenson fought his last fight without a jab. You're nuts. What are you talking about? He had he used a ton of jabs. Jabs to the stomach, jabs up top, 1-2s. He was 1-2ing them all night. He was using his jab. Saber Mike, don't use other people's arguments, man. I'm telling you. That man used the jab plenty of times, dog. Plenty of times. Dominated that dude with a jab, by the way, and stood right in the pocket. Stood right in the pocket. There ain't nothing, and did not move around. He said exactly, fought without a jab. He must ain't watched the fight. Exactly, you didn't. He was killing him with the jab. The jab to the body, specifically to the jab to the pit of the stomach. Right jab to the face, Right jab to the pit of the stomach. He was going up and down. He was going up and down levels with that jab. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They be making, dog, don't use other people's arguments. Windy City Assassin said he jabbed all night. Exactly. He was jabbing him all night. Jabbed him all night long. What he didn't do was move around a lot. He didn't, and I liked it. I don't think he need. Why did he need? He didn't need to move around or move back or fight on the back foot with Jamel Herring. You just beat him, man. You know what I'm saying? Now that's what he said. I don't think. Now see, this is interesting that you said that, Bevo Boxing. Devin fights like he's in the amateurs. That, my friend. Oh, Fannon, he doesn't know Shakur was a southpaw. Oh, he was using it, but even that was southpaw and southpaw. That was southpaw and southpaw, that fight. That was southpaw and southpaw. That jab was there, and he used it. He used that jab. Today, oh, yeah, they don't appreciate that southpaw either, and the fact that Devin would have to fight a southpaw. I'm trying to tell you, that's something. I'm telling you, that dude. But anyway, you said that jab may give Devin a chance against Tank. Oh, you're talking about you're talking about he doesn't know he's a southpaw as far as jabbing Shakur. Look, man, I don't know what I can say, dog. They both be in the starting lineup at wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? But one is Chris Carter and the other one is going to be, the one's Chris Carter, the other's Randy Moss, man. I'm telling you. I didn't get to see the fight, but yeah, she lost. It was a split decision. And she said, yeah, she lost a close fight, yeah. Yeah, Shakur's the truth. Devin Haney's the truth, too. Devin Haney's the truth, too, without a doubt, man. Rollo Watts in the building, man. What's going on, man? Good morning to you. Good morning to you. I hope you're doing really, really well, man. Hope life's treating you marvelously. Marvelously. Typo, not this fight Saturday. The fight before that Nakatani, he was stacked. Dog, let's talk about this fight. Let's talk about the fight with the guy that was the world champion. He beat that guy. Dude, he won every round against that guy. Against a knockout puncher. What was Nakatali? Nakatali was coming off of 10 straight knockouts? He's a big power puncher, man. That dude was a big power puncher. Shakur Stevenson just outboxed him. Maybe he should have went in there and risked it more, but come on, man. He was stagnant? What does that mean? I don't get it. All right. Okay, I'm back. Let me know if that works now. I don't even care if it went off. Sorry about that. It says it's now working. Let me know if you guys can hear me. If anybody in there, you guys can hear me. I'm back. Should be. All right, y'all can hear me now? All right, cool. All right, man. So anyway, man, sorry, I probably lost a lot of people in it. All right, so cool. Let me stay away from that. It was the browser that did that, man. I thought that was my mic, but it wasn't. Okay, cool. I'm back, man. So hit me with a question, man. We'll finish the stream. That was really weird, man. He said, Trey Boy, and I said, Malik Scott said AJ needs a life coach. Dog, that's just hilarious, dude. What's going on, Julian? Yeah, man, we back, man. Sorry about that, man. That messed me up. Yes, sir. We lit it again, y'all. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I don't get it. He says, sir, yeah, man. What happened was, man, like everything in the chat went away, man. The whole chat went away. So we'll go a little bit wild and say, okay, I'm glad you're back. Yeah, man, I'm back, man. Sorry about that. Bees said those Haney fans trying to end the live. Nah, man, it was my machine did that. I guess maybe this mic went out enough time to really cause a problem or something, man. Taylor Bell said AJ is a wankster. Yeah, man, dog. He looking crazy, man. You said, yes, I do. Mike the dealer said nothing to apologize for. You use StreamYard? Yeah, I use StreamYard. Say got to use Netscape Navigator. I don't know, man. I've never had that happen before where the whole thing just went out like that. I've never had that happen where the whole thing went out like that. But it is what it is, man. Alan McClain said, good to see you, sir. Yeah, man, good to see you in the chat, man. Giovanni said, Ryan Garcia is going to retire, become a boxing commentator because of his looks. I don't know, man. He's going to actually win something, man, for people to do that. These guys, there's only so many of that, man. You said other YouTubers watching your stream content, shake my head. What you mean, Malik? I don't get it. People been doing that, man. You know what I mean? Dr. Fate says Shakur ain't beating Lomachenko. I think he could. It's a very good fight, man. He could definitely do that, man. But look, man, I'm probably going to Troy King said Boots. Charlo versus Boots, who wins? I think right now, give him a little bit of time and I would say Boots. I think Boots is the better talent, man. I think Boots is the better talent for sure. That's what I think. You know what I mean? But look, man, let me get up out of here, man. So I can run out of here and go find out what's wrong with my cord on my computer and all that. I just wanted to get back in here and say what's up real quick. But anyway, sorry that I threw everybody off, man, with that, man. Julian said Haney needs some Margarito gloves for KO power. Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. It was what does that Malik said? It was show by the way. What do you mean it was show by the way? What do you mean it was show by the way? Yeah, police. Yeah, man, I'm gonna roll up out of here, man, and cut this one a little bit early, man. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.